away. Oh, a lovely sound. Hello and welcome to HobbyKing.com. My name is Stuart and I'm here to present to you a brand new release from us here at HobbyKing. It's a single seat version of something that we actually released about a year or so ago. That was the two-seat Yak-11, and here we have a Scow single seat racer version of the Steadfast Yak-11. Now if you remember the original two-seat Yak-11, you will know, if you don't know already, you will know, having flown it, that it does fly extraordinarily well, and the same can absolutely be said for the single-seat Steadfast version of the Yak-11. And that's really one of the driving factors why we brought the Yak-11 back in this single-seat version. It's a stunning scheme. It's a Scow scheme. There was a gentleman in Australia that was flying this, and I think that sadly crashed about a year or so ago, but you know, the memory of that model, of that plane, lives on in the HobbyKing Yak-11 Steadfast, if you like. Now I will say that this model wouldn't be here in this form if it wasn't for the very kind help of a gentleman called Nick DeClaris. I started speaking to him on RC groups. He had converted one himself to the single seat, and that was very much the inspiration behind this. I got talking to him and he helped in the development of this version of it with the markings and the canopy shape and the paint as well. So Nick, a big thank you to you there. Now, as I mentioned, it is based off of the Yak that you've already seen, so that means in terms of spec, it's pretty much identical, of the racer version that is. So by that I mean it's got the 1450mm span, which is old money, is around 57 inch, so it's a good size, nice 6S bird, and this is 6S again as the two-seat version was. This is the 50-25 550 kV outrunner on the 16x6 prop. So if you remember the two versions from before, there was the warbird version, then there was the racer version. This has that faster racer setup in there. So this is going as fast as it can, and it's looking and sounding very, very good when it does so too. Speaking of which, we will get it out there in a short while and give you a quick flight demonstration of the Steadfast Yak-11 from HobbyKing. So back onto the specs, I mentioned about the motor. The speed controller controlling that is a 95 amp HobbyKing unit. You'll need 6 channels to operate this because it's the full house of control. It's got nice LEDs, which you can just about see in a vibrant day like this, but in the evening, they really come into their own. And I've flown this very comfortably at night, actually, not only because the lights are good enough, but also because the airframe flies so well. So let's do two things. I'm going to show you the underside, but first of all, I'm going to take the hatch off, show you how easily the hatch comes off, and show you inside. Okay, so the hatch comes off very, very easily. There's just a sprung-loaded mechanism here, pulls up, slides forward. There we go, that's a really, really nice unit there. And then if I put that down to the side and I roll it forward, you'll get a better idea of what it's like inside. Okay, so I'm going to start at the rear here. This is an 8-channel receiver I've got in here, but up to a 6 would be absolutely fine and all that's required. Moving forwards, I've got this ribbon connector, and this comes as standard with this model. So it's a ribbon connector out of the wing directly into these PCB distributors, which is really nice and clean. And then I've got my 6S 5000 milliamp hour, and you can run anything from a 5000 right up to a 7000 if you wish. But I like flying on the 5000 pushed all the way forward. And then just, you can't see it, just here, just out of frame is the 95 amp speed controller that I've already mentioned. The point is though, look how cavernous it is. I can fit my whole arm in there if I want to. It's a really big open space, a really good access, a nice and clean access with that sprung loaded hatch. I'm going to put the canopy back on and then we'll flip it over and have a look at the underside. Alright, so I'm going to spin it over now, just resting on its spinner. It's in the throttle is off, so it's in a safe mode if you like. Now what you can see here, this is again, came with a 2-seat version, but I just want to bring your attention to it in case you missed it before. These are fully machined and sprung loaded oleo, so you do get a bit of suspension in these, which is really, really nice. And they're angled in such a way that it should negate nosing over, which tail draggers can do. Let's give you a quick demonstration of the gear there. Very nice and simple. And then the flaps, you see, that's my full flap position, if you can see there. That's my mid, and that's retracted. All very, very nice. Steerable tail wheel at the rear there. Servos, a mix of anything from 9 up to, I think, 16 gram servos throughout, with ball links as well. That all comes as standard with the model. So in turning it back over, you can see just how much mass this thing has. It's quite a size to it. It's that 1450 mil, as I said, which on a 6S bird is actually a really, really nice size. It's not too big, but it's definitely not too small. You would actually compare it with this power rating to something closer to a 1600 mil. And I can tell you, it does not look out of place next to the new Avios 1600 millimeter Super Tucano. It's a bigger model, but in fact it's running virtually the same motor, same speed controller and same battery too. So let's just go over quickly the changes then from the Steadfast, from the original version. So before it was a 2-seat, now it's a single-seat version of the Steadfast Racer. That's a full-size, it's based on a full-size plane that was flying last out in Australia just a year or so ago. Really, really nice paint on this, really nice finish, and that's something that you will notice when you open up this box, and I will tell you now, we've worked really hard to improve the fit, finish and quality of the finish on this model. The cowl is now completely flush. This is molded from a thicker plastic. The decals are better and they are pre-applied, and the paint is much better too, and it's quite scale matched in terms of outline and color correction too. So with that said, I'm done talking about it now because I really want to get it out there and show you guys the Steadfast Yak-11 flying, because it really flies nicely. It's a tail dragger, it's grass, but it's going to handle very, very well, as you will see. And yeah, as soon as the wind drops a little bit, we'll give you a little demonstration. So join us in a second for that. Okay, so we're out now. It's a lovely evening. The wind has dropped nicely. Just going to quickly show you the hatch here. Very nice and open. This is the Turnigy Nanotech 5000 milliamp hour. It's forward pretty much as far as it can go. I have got Velcro underneath that, and it's got the strap on the rear there. And the hatch is very, very nice. You just plop it on like so and push. Sprung-loaded hatch works a treat. Now the grass is rather short here, but yeah, the type of model it is a tail dragger. So I'm going to taxi in high rates on the elevator. We'll get it out into the strip and then we'll give you the flight demo.
The elevator, can you show me?
So that's high.
Yeah.
That's what I taxi on. That's low, that's what I fly on. All right, taxiing out. So I'm holding in full up elevator. I'll get it out into a nice spot of the strip. Full elevator, holding that tail down, ease on the throttle. There we go. I'll start swinging it around. And I think I want to go on the lighter part. Bring it around into wind. Looking lovely, look at those colors.
This scheme is something else.
Yeah, it's really, really nice. Now I'm going to slowly apply power. I'm out on low rates on the elevator. I'm going to put mid flaps for takeoff. All right, I'm going to take off, holding on full elevator and then ease off the elevator. Okay, power comes on. There we go. Flaps up, gear up. A little bit hesitant on the takeoff there because there's some traffic coming on the pattern. That was about just under half throttle. I give it a full power pass. HobbyKing Yak-11, here we go. Oh, it's got such a scream. Look at the colors against that sky as well. We'll do another one into wind. Those stripes on the top really, really helping. Get a little bit of a wing over here. And bank away. Oh, a lovely sound. That was a real feature of the racer version of the 2-seat example, and it's still just as good on this single-seat version. I'll show you the climb that's going up into the blue. Look at that, lovely, lovely. Keep going, still going. I'm going to roll down off it. Do a power off pass. This is completely power off now. Just easy on the elevator. And at this point, it's nice and calm now. That's all power off. I'm going to go full flaps, apply some power, and I'll show you just how well it flies in very, very slow spaces. Look at this, I'm within the parameter of the field. Colors looking fantastic, and the LEDs just sticking out there. Low and slow as you like. I bring it around again, and I'll come and do a left-hand turn. So this is in the right. This is full flaps now, and on the left, do another low pass. Then I'll tuck those flaps away. We'll get into some aerobatics. Watch this. Oh, it's so nice and stable. Look at that. Look. Oh. All right, power's easy on. Flaps go off, and she's away. There she goes, climbing out. Lovely. Let's bring it back around. Do another pass this way and get into wind. Full power pass. Steadfast Yak-11. Oh, so nice. It's such a good fly, and that's really why I wanted to bring it back, because it's such a good fly. And now with those improvements of the fit and finish and this single seat configuration, it's really, really something different and nice. That's my low rate roll. I'm going to bring it around again and do another one like that. Do it straight into wind, which is straight down the strip. Okay, so this is low rate roll for me. Again, these settings are in the instruction manual. Low rates, lovely. Coming into a loop on flat. Actually, no, I'm going to half loop and roll off the top so I'm not in the sun. Bring it back around, grooving very, very nicely. Got a radio in the background there, so I'm just going to talk up, speak up a little bit. Do a loop now, coming pretty much into wind. As big as you like the loops. Level from entry, full power, easing up on the elevator. Lovely sound as it comes through that. Ease off the power. Ease on the elevator.
No problem.
Look at that exit. Oh, rock solid. It gives you a lot of confidence to exit really, really low, and it's such a stable airframe because of that. All right, let's bring it around again. I'm going to show you guys the stall on this one. So I'll take it up. There we go. And of course, you can always fit a higher CPAC or even an LIHV. It will take it for just a bit more oomph. Pretty much into wind now, so I'm going to go mid-rate on the elevator just to induce it a little bit more. And then that's pretty much a standstill now. I am full up, just a gentle little nod. Still power off, just eased off the elevator, still power off. Now we introduce the throttle, and because I like it so much, especially in these conditions, here's another low and slow for you guys. Actually, I'll do the gear coming down on this one. Ready? Gear coming down. And gear going up. Whoa, very nice. Do another little slow pass here. Again, you can fly it really, really tight. Really like the power setup on this. Swinging it around, lovely figure of eights. Gear coming down again. Gear going up again. That's just fun to do. Flaps off, power away. All right, let's try and do a bit of a Farnborough / knife edge pass now. Get me into the high rates on the rudder. All right, rolling over into knife edge. Nice.
Nice.
Look at that. Oh, very, very nice. Now, what are we doing on the timer? Got a few more minutes left, but I do remember this pack wasn't quite fully charged. My flight's going to be a little bit shorter than it would be normally. Have a roll there. Let's bring it in for a landing now, because I've really shown all it can really do. Well, actually, I'll do one more fast pass. Here we go. Full power with what's left in the tank. And you can fit up to a 6200 in this, and then for even longer flight times. So let's bring it in for a landing now. Flaps are coming down. Full flaps now, there's no wind. Now I'm going to be on mid-elevator, just because I want a little more throw and authority. You have to fly it in, so fly in with some power, and then ease on the elevator, ease on, ease on. There we go. And then I flick just at the end there into high rates on the elevator, just as I touch down, because I want maximum authority. Look at it there, taxiing out there in the low light of the setting sun. And of course, at this point in time, you could happily have another flight or so with these lights. And when we was in America or Belgium, at some point last year, I was flying the earlier version at night with just these LEDs. And you know, as predictable it is in daylight, it is of course in night. And these LEDs are just enough to achieve that. So there we go. That is the HobbyKing 1450mm Steadfast Yak-11 single seat version. It should be available, I think, when you see this video for pre-order, and then it's coming to all warehouses as well. This is on a 5000 to 6200 6S, which most of you have. You can expect around 5 minutes on the 5000 and beyond 6 with the 6200. And yeah, much better fit and finish than before. If you notice here, the cowl is now completely flush with the fuselage. It's a thicker unit as well, and the stickers are that much better. They just look that much better, and all round, it's just a much better model than before, and we're very, very happy with it. So we hope you like it in this scale racer, Australian-based. It was Australian-based at the time. Single seat version, and well, look out for more new products coming from HobbyKing.com in the near future. Bye.